Hey everybody, it's James Vagley here and welcome to another episode of the MBA podcast, and it's episode 215. And this episode, this week, we're talking about client hypnosis. Now, I'm not talking about hypnotizing like you'll see those stage shows where somebody I don't know, hypnotizes somebody with an egg and falling over and acting like they're a dog and having a baby. I don't know if you've ever been to those stage shows. They're pretty funny. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking a little bit about client hypnosis in terms of, well, how do we get more valuable and faster outcomes for clients, right? That's what we all want, is valuable, really great outcomes for clients and faster as well. We want to reduce stress and overwhelm, and that goes both ways. I want to reduce your stress and overwhelm, and I want you to help reduce the stress and overwhelm of your clients, right, as well. So we achieve this through a concept that we call client hypnosis. So I know that you, as our listeners, I know that you want to get amazing results for your clients, but the big problem, and this is actually the biggest challenge of all, and most people don't even realize this, but the biggest problem and challenge in helping you get your clients amazing results is actually often the clients themselves, right? They're the biggest obstacle in the way, because they'll forget and life gets in the way and they don't get things back to you and they don't follow through. And so often we can get great results. We can save people money. We can help them refinance and invest in property and budget and do all these things as professional mortgage brokers. But if the client doesn't follow through, then they don't get the result. And the problem is them, the client. So that's why we need client hypnosis. So let's get into it. I have a bit of a story or analogy for you. It's a dog analogy. So I don't know if you like dogs or not. Regardless if you like dogs or not, this will make sense. With dogs, whether you've owned a dog or not before, you'll know that if you're not in control of the dog, if you're not the top dog, then they are. That's exactly what happens. And what happens if you're not in control and leading, the pack leader, the top dog, then what happens is you'll often get a problem dog who acts up. So if you're in the situation where we've heard about those people that have a dog that's playing up and acting up and barking and biting and jumping and doing all these things that shouldn't be, it's usually because the owners are not in control. They're not the top dog and the dog is acting up. The thing is, most people don't realize this, but dogs thrive on structure and discipline and training and being part of a pack. Unfortunately, most people that, rightly so, love their dogs. They treat their dogs like a family member and they let the dog on the couch and the bed and, give it food from the table and all these sorts of things, right? Because we love the dog and we want it to be part of the family, right? But most people think that dogs need love and attention and be part of the family like an equal. No, they need to be at the bottom of the pack. They need to be the lowest one on the rung. Otherwise, they'll start to be a problem. So here's where I'm going with this. If you're not in control of your clients, they're going to take the lead, right? And they secretly don't like it and they're not very good at it. If you've ever heard the saying that the client's always right, that is completely wrong. The client is not right whatsoever. You're the mortgage broker, listeners. You're the expert. You know exactly what they should do, not them, right? So what's going to happen? It's the same. If you don't step up as a dog owner, the dog's going to take control and become a problem. It'll bark, it'll bite at people, stuff like that. If you don't take charge of your clients and take the lead, they will step up and take the lead, and they don't like it. See, people actually love being told what to do, and they love having an expert lead them towards an opportunity and an outcome that they want. People don't necessarily come in and knock on your door saying this, please, can you just take my hand and lead me and I'll do whatever you want, right? But this is exactly what happens when you step up correctly, is your client melts into your hand and follows the process and falls into line. And really, that's the best outcome for them. They can relax and take a step back knowing that they're with a trusted professional, reduce stress, reduce overwhelm, and you'll actually help get them to the result that you want and the result that they want, right? By taking control. But unfortunately, most brokers are taught the complete opposite. in terms of sales and running client meetings. And, the industry is kind of still stuck in the old days of knocking on doors and helping people save money from the big bad banks. So if we as mortgage professionals want to be seen alongside the respected professions like accountants and financial advisors, we need to step up and really lead the client towards those outcomes as well, right? So that whole get a phone call from a client or sit down with a new client and you ask them, how can I help you? Or what is it that you're looking to do? You've instantly lost them and they have now stepped up to become the leader. So let me show you how we need to start thinking about this. I'll give you some insights that you can take away in your mortgage business to start to install elements of client hypnosis. And again, client hypnosis is what's going to help get better and faster outcomes for everybody. So number one, and this is the overarching must in your business, is that I've said it before, but I'll say it again. The customer is not right. You are. So step up and lead, be the expert, be the professional, be the trusted advisor, and actually lead them to the outcome, right? And don't be afraid to step up, hold your clients accountable, and be the expert. So I want to share with you a few Bs, a few things you need to be to help in this space. So the first one is to be the guide. So you step up and be the guide, right? Like clearly show your prospect or your client that you can help them get to where they're looking to go. If somebody asks for directions, what you want, they're looking for is they're looking for someone that can connect the dots between where they are and where they want to be, and clearly, right? If someone asks you for directions and they just wave and go, oh, over there, well, that's useless, right? Or if someone says, how do I get over there? And you just give them the first piece, well, they'll be, okay, well, that's great, but then where do I go from there? I'm still lost and stressed and overwhelmed, right? So be the guide. Clearly show your prospect or client that you can help them get to where they want to go. If you can't summarize this into a sentence, distill it onto a piece of paper, exactly how you're going to help somebody go from A to B, and ideally all the way through to Z, then you'll lose them, right? So you've got to be the guide. Second one, be the boss. So step up and be the boss. This means like being in control, you setting the agendas, you holding your client accountable to who needs to do what, like setting expectations and deadlines. If you want to get a result for a client, like save them a bunch of money on, say, a refinance, then be in control. Tell them that they really need to do this because it's going to save them a lot of money. Tell them exactly what they need to do and what you need them to do by when, so you can get them that amazing result. Don't just tell them, yeah, we could refinance, it'll save you this money, and oh, whenever you can, get me this information back. Like, step up and be the boss. It's going to help you get much faster outcomes and more valuable outcomes for you and your client. Third one, be the coach. So it's an interesting one, like be the coach. What does that mean? Well, okay, you can be the guide, you can be the boss, but if you don't coach that person on going to an outcome, they'll fall off the rails, right? That's what coaching's about. It's about helping your prospect or client stay focused, helping them stay clear, making sure they know exactly what they need to do, and keeping things simple to help them get the outcome. So coaching them to that outcome. Next, be the reporter. So this is the fourth one, be the reporter. So mortgage brokers are usually really lackluster at keeping their clients in the loop and up to speed. So be that reporter who's currently always on the front lines, sharing the news, the latest, share news and updates daily, right? Do it easily so there's no stress. Your client, this is one of the biggest things I can share, is that you should be updating your clients way more frequently through the loan process than you probably are. If you ever get clients reaching out going, what's the status of my loan? Where's that at? Where's that at? Is there any news? Is there an update? That means you're dropping the ball. You should be communicating with your clients so often that they never feel like they have to reach out to you. So be the reporter. So be the guide, be the boss, be the coach, be the reporter. Now, when you get this right, when you do this correctly and you get it right, you get a lot more momentum with clients. You'll get faster production of files through the process. And what happens when you get more momentum and faster production of files? The client gets the outcome sooner, you get paid sooner for less work as well. Also, when you get this right, you'll have far less interruptions and distractions from needy clients. Like, needy clients are only needy because you're not serving them correctly and you're not updating them often enough. So when you do this right, client hypnosis, you'll actually be having far less interruptions and distractions, which is what we all want. Client doesn't want to interrupt you. You don't want to be interrupted. Do the work. Third, you'll also get higher conversion rates at every step of the process. So from lead to qualifying, triage to strategy, or to fact find, whatever you're calling the stages, to submission, all the way through to settlement, you're going to get much higher conversion rates and faster, higher conversion rates through every step. Because again, you're in control, telling the client what they need to do, guiding them, coaching them, and reporting on the updates. It's more momentum and speed. And more momentum and speed means better conversions. Better conversions get paid faster, get paid more money. Less leaky clients and leaky money going out the bottom. Next is, well, you're going to get better and faster outcomes for clients. Who doesn't want that? They get what they want with less stress and less overwhelm. That's exactly what you want. So it sounds against the grain, right? To say, hang on, I'm going to tell my clients what to do and be the boss and hold them accountable and set deadlines and expectations. But you'll actually, if you do this, it'll actually give them what they want. It's far better than going over and having coffee and patting the dog and being nice. People want you to step up and get them a result. If you're nice and pat the dog at the same time, that's great. I'm not saying that you don't have to be nice about it and that you don't have to stop seeing people, but step up. And then the last one, this is a big one. When you get this right, well, more referrals and more repeat business because you actually stepped up and ran like a true professional, right? And not just a broker. That's probably the biggest one. When you have clients that love you and do what you say and you get the result, even though you've been a little bit tougher on them and you've set expectations, you've held them accountable, you've got that result. They're going to shout your name to every person that mentions, they'll refer to you many, many times more than if you were just a nice person that pat the dog and came over and helped them with their loan. Guaranteed. You'll get more referrals and more repeat business because you were a true professional and stepped up for your client. Okay. So that's client hypnosis. Client hypnosis is really about being the leader and being in control so the client feels hypnotized in your power and just follows what you say and does what you want them to do. Like, they're hypnotized in your spell and your power. Now, obviously, you're doing good things with this. You're not doing anything wrong. We're following process. We're following compliance. We're doing everything, dotting every I and crossing every T. But if we fail to do this, as I said, your clients will not get the result. They'll let life get in the way and they won't feel satisfied at the end of the process. So I know it sounds counterintuitive, but when you try it on, I guarantee that it's going to work and you'll get much better outcomes in every area of your business. So finally, before I mention, I probably don't talk about this enough, but if you like this podcast, subscribe, comment, like it, whatever those options are. Like, reply, let us know if you like it, let us know a topic you'd like us to cover. And of course, go back and listen to 200 plus other episodes that we've done. There's tons that would likely interest you. And of course, when you're ready, let's talk and we can help you build your business easier and faster like we do with our clients. So until next time, have a fantastic week. Hope you've enjoyed this episode and there'll be something good in store for next week. I guarantee it. Okay, have a great week and I'll see you next time. Stay cool. Bye for now.